Hello guys, I welcome back you to my YouTube channel. So today we gonna discuss about the lung CVC, means the venous congestion of the lung. So if you haven't watched my video about the congestion and the hyperemia, then please go and watch that video because that is really helpful to understand the term congestion and the term hyperemia. So what is the congestion? As I have told in my previous video, now I am also discussing the term congestion briefly. So what is the congestion? There is an increase the blood level, there is an increase in the venous blood at the tissue level. So why it is happening? Because of the occlusion of the vein, or because of the heart failure or something. So now we are going to discuss about the lung CVC. So there are the two causes in which the venous congestion of the lung can happen. So there's the two causes. First one is the mitral stenosis and the second one is the left-sided heart failure. So see guys, we are studying the lung, and the causes of the venous congestion of lung is the heart. So that is why I have made the two diagrams. One is for heart, one is of heart, and second one of lung, because heart is the cause of the venous congestion in the lung. So yeah, so the first cause is the mitral stenosis. So guys, I have made the bicuspid valve here and the tricuspid valve here. Here I have made the two cups, so it is bicuspid, and the right side there are the tricups, three cups, so it is the tricuspid. So on the left side it is the bicuspid. It is also known as the mitral valve, as all of you know. Yeah. So what happened during the mitral stenosis? So why mitral stenosis occur? Because of the during infective endocarditis, maybe because of infective endocarditis, right? We must have studied about this endocarditis. We must have studied about in microbiology because of the streptococcal infection. Yeah, so we get the infective endocarditis and we get the mitral stenosis. So what happened during the mitral stenosis? This bicuspid mitral valve get affected, and that is the reason the blood get accumulated in the atrium, and soon after the pulmonary vein, and then inside the lungs. And the second one is the left-sided heart failure. So see the venous congestion, of the chronic venous congestion of the lung is the secondary feature of the left-sided heart failure. So it is the secondary feature of the left-sided heart failure, because the left-sided heart failure is the primary cause. Because of the left-sided heart failure, there is a happening of the venous congestion of the lung. So now we will understand little the mechanism of the venous congestion of the lung. So what happened? So see, this is the pulmonary vein which get the oxygenated blood from the lung. So it get the blood from the lungs, right? So it get the oxygenated blood from the lung, like that. And from the lung, from the pulmonary vein, we get the oxygenated blood at the left atrium, then left ventricle, and then to the aorta, and after the aorta we get on the tissue the oxygenated blood. This is the normal cycle. So what happened during the left-sided heart failure? So the left-sided heart failure, the left side of the heart will not work, because it is the left-sided heart failure. That as the term suggests, the left-sided heart failure. So there will be the heart will not able to pump out the blood. So the left ventricle will not work properly. So normally blood goes into the aorta. So during the left heart failure, what going to happen? The blood cannot pump this blood out of the aorta. So blood get accumulated inside the left ventricle only. So if the blood will get accumulated inside the left ventricle, there will be the rise of the pressure inside the left ventricle. So due to the increase in the pressure in the left ventricle, the blood will get accumulated despite of going into the aorta. Because of the increase in the hydrostatic pressure of the blood will get accumulated inside the left atrium also, and afterwards it also will get accumulated inside the pulmonary vein also. Right, because the exit is blocked. So whatever the blood will come, it will get accumulated here, and afterwards it gonna accumulated in the left atrium and then the pulmonary vein, and from where a pulmonary vein is getting blood from the lungs. So blood will get accumulated inside the lung also, right? So at the tissue level, at the tissue site of the lung, blood is getting accumulated, and what we have told the term in the congestion, there is the increase of blood. There is the increase of blood at the tissue level due to the accumulation of venous blood. Increase of blood due to the accumulation, right? And the accumulation is happening because because the heart cannot pump the blood out of the aorta. So blood will get accumulated. First it will get accumulated inside the left ventricle, then there will be the rise in the pressure inside the left ventricle. So as a result, the blood will get accumulated inside the atrium also, and then after it will follow the pulmonary vein, then afterwards it gonna accumulated inside the lung. So this is what happening in the venous congestion. This is the mechanism of the CVC of the lung. And now what going to happen afterwards? There is the capillaries inside the lung, alveoli capillary, where actually the blood get oxygenated. So what going to happen in the lung? Inside the lung there is the capillary. So in the capillaries, the pressure will get in the alveolar capillary, the pressure will get rise. Okay, after the alveolar capillaries, there will the there after the alveolar capillary there will be the pressure will get higher in the pulmonary artery also. So in the pulmonary artery also, from the pulmonary artery, what we get, see, suppose it is the pulmonary artery come out from the right side of the heart, like this, which carried the deoxygenated blood. It carried the deoxygenated blood, which get oxygenated inside the lung at the tissue level inside the capillary. So yeah, so this is the whole mechanism. There will be the rise in the capillary bed where the exchange of the gases occurs. So inside there will be the rise inside the pressure at the capillary bed, and there will be afterwards the pressure will get increase into the pulmonary artery also. Like in this artery, pressure will get occur. So it will lead to the hypertension first. If there is the increase in the pressure at the pulmonary artery, so it will lead to the increase in the pressure, which will lead to the pulmonary hypertension. So it will cause the pulmonary hypertension, and now what gonna happen? Wait. The pressure will get rise inside the alveolar capillary, inside the lung, everywhere in the lung and the left side of the heart. So what will happen? There will be the if there is the increase of fluid that occurs. So increase of the fluid will occur inside the lung, which will lead to the edema. So it will lead to the edema due to the increase of the fluid at the tissue level inside the lung. So it will cause the edema. So this is the mechanism of the CVC of the lung. So now what gonna happen? At the capillary bed, what will happen during, see if this, I have to make this diagram. I am making, see, suppose this is the little tissue where the alveoli are present. So I am making them here, bigger one. See, here is the pulmonary artery, right? I am making it in the blue color because of it is deoxygenated, and here are the pulmonary vein because it is oxygenated and getting to the heart at the left side, and from the right side we are getting the deoxygenated blood to the lung to get it oxygenated. So here are the alveolar capillaries. So what happened here? So as I have told, there will be the increase of the pressure here. So the pressure will get increased. There the pressure will also, hydrostatic pressure will increase at the capillary bed. So it will cause the edema because of the hydrostatic pressure. Because in edema, the cause of the edema is, one of the major cause of edema is the hydrostatic pressure. So it will lead to the edema of the lung, pulmonary edema. So because of this is the cause of the edema, pulmonary edema. So, and hypertension I have already mentioned, because if there will be increase of the pressure at the pulmonary vein, it will transfer pressure at the alveolar site and to the alveolar artery also. If there is the increase of the pressure at the pulmonary artery, it will cause the pulmonary hypertension. Okay, so now due to the increase of the pressure, the wall of the capillary will get rupture. So these capillary will get rupture. Can I make it here only? Yep, sure. So see, these are the capillaries, and here is the pulmonary vein, and here is the pulmonary artery, which is carrying here it is carrying the deoxygenated blood and get transferred into the oxygenated blood. And here is the capillary. And due to the rise in the pressure of the pulmonary vein, the pressure will increase at the capillary bed, also at the capillary side. So what will happen? It will cause edema, hypertension, that I have already told here. So what will happen? Due to the increase in pressure, there will be the rupture of the alveoli capillaries. So the capillary wall will get rupture. See, it will get rupture due to this pressure. So it will get rupture due to the increment of the hydrostatic pressure. It will get rupture due to the increase in pressure. So if the walls of the alveoli get rupture, what gonna happen? Sorry, here can I make this? So this is the alveoli. See, if this get ruptured, then what will, if there is the rupture in the capillary wall, then what going to happen? The blood will come out. Blood will come out at the inside the alveoli. So, and blood is carrying the hemoglobin, right? Blood will carrying the hemoglobin, and hemoglobin is having the iron. So this iron and this hemoglobin will get deposited on inside the inside this alveolar wall. So due to this, there is the liberation of the hemosiderin. What is the hemosiderin? Because see, in hemoglobin there is the iron. Iron contains this hemosiderin pigment. So iron contain this hemosiderin pigment, which is brown in color. And then what going to happen? See, there are some macrophages are there in the alveoli. We all know there are the macrophages present inside the alveoli. This suppose this is the hemosiderin, and these are the macrophages. Then what gonna do? These macrophages will eat up this pigment, this hemosiderin. They will get picked up. They will eat this hemosiderin. See, they have eat up this hemosiderin because it is brown in color. Now the macrophages will eat the brown pigment, and what gonna happen? This complete alveoli get turn into the brown color. So it will get turn into the brown color everywhere. Eat up by the macrophages, which turn into the brown color because the color of the hemosiderin is itself brown. So this is what we call the brown induration of the lung. This is the brown induration of the lung. So this is all about the CVC. So what happened here, when there was the exchanging of the blood was happening due to the increase of the hydrostatic pressure at the pulmonary vein. So there is the rupture happens. So because of the rupture, the hemoglobin will come out, and as hemoglobin contains the iron, and iron is having the hemosiderin, which is the brown in coloration. This brown hemosiderin will get eaten up by the macrophages and will get deposited onto the wall of the alveoli. And because of the deposition of the wall on the alveoli, it will appear the brown. So that is the reason we call it. That is the reason in the CVC of lung, one of the feature of the CVC of lung, the brown induration of brown induration of the lung. So that is the brown induration of the lung because of the eat up of the hemosiderin molecule and by the macrophages. These macrophages inside the alveoli, we call them as the heart failure cell. We call them the heart failure cell. So this is all about the CVC of the lung. So now we're going to discuss about its morphology. So guys, in the morphology, can I write here? Yep. Morphology. In the gross, what we can see? In gross, see, because of the edema, the lung will appear little heavy. Okay, if we will see the cut section, if we will cut this lung and we will see the cut section, there will be seen the brown induration of the lung, rusty brown color, because of the heart failure cells, means the macrophages laden the hemosiderin. So hemosiderin will be laden up by the macrophages, and they will get deposited on the alveolar wall. It will appear the brown. So in morphology, we are going to see heavy lung, brown in color, and firm in consistency. This is all about its gross appearance of the lung due to its in the chronic venous congestion. So in the microscopy, if we will see CVC on the microscope, what we're gonna see? We're gonna see there will be the distension and the congestion of the pulmonary vein or the pulmonary capillaries. Here, pulmonary capillaries and the pulmonary veins, we're gonna see there will be the congestion and the distension. So we're gonna see distension and the congestion of pulmonary capillary because of the increase in the hydrostatic pressure. And we're gonna see the heart failure cells, these macrophages, which is the hemosiderin laden macrophages, which will be eating the these hemosiderin molecules, which appears brown in color. So we're gonna see the distension and congestion of the pulmonary capillaries and the heart failure cells. So guys, this is all about the lung CVC. If you have liked my video, then please subscribe to my channel. Thank you so much.